Welcome to the Disney Hour Express podcast. I'm Abbie.
And I'm Rob. We are two hopelessly romantic Disney enthusiasts,
Sharing fun stories, secret tips, and family travel experiences.
If you are a Disney newbie, or maybe a season pass holder, we hope you find this information helpful.
We turned our love of Disney into a unique boutique travel agency that books Disney and Universal vacations.
We've got a lot of stories, so cozy on up, choose your favorite drink,
Whether that be a cocktail or a hot chocolate,
and enjoy the Disney Hour Express.
Hey, Pioneers! Welcome to episode number 125 of the Disney Hour Express. Get ready to embark on a journey like no other as we take you behind the scenes of the most exciting trip of 2025, our Disney World adventure. But first, before we actually make it into the parks, we have an adventure of its own on our travel day and then hop right over to Typhoon Lagoon.
And I just want to know that we did get an actual email that said it was the most renowned, exciting?
The most exciting trip of
exciting
2025.
trip. We did get that email. It just came from them, right? You know,
Disney destinations.
No, them. It has been deemed the most exciting. So that's good news for us. Good news, I think, kind of we're back in our studio. Bad news,
We are.
we're not at Disney.
I know.
But good news, we're not in 98 degree heat with
Like the feel of
95%
107.
humidity. So it's
Listen, it was
much different.
hot.
It was hot.
And we came back and it was like in the 60s.
Yeah, it was like
which
upper
is like,
60s.
what is happening?
It was also very late, but we'll get to that. We don't want to jump ahead. This is part one, right? That's a part 4/5. So we'll see. But this was our first day.
Yeah.
Obviously, we traveled because you can't just, as much as we wanted to just kind of, Samantha from Bewitched, like
Twitch our nose.
twitch our nose and just be there.
Yeah.
It didn't work that way. So,
Never does.
So there was some
some bumps.
There were some bumps. Not that many bruises, except maybe our hearts.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But
in our sleep schedule. But and then then there's a day at Typhoon Lagoon, a fun day ahead.
I know. And you can find out whether I've turned into a total water park person. What do you think?
She sounds like it.
Surprise.
Yes, hi, me, water park person.
I don't know what water park adventure.
Water parky. You're a water parky.
Parky.
Water parky. Okay.
That sounds like a bird. A parky.
Anywho, so we're gonna cut to some audio of us in our second hotel already.
That's right.
Because we
had to catch up a little bit.
We hotel hopped. We were a little behind.
That's right.
We'll talk a little, and I'll say this, right? We did have plans of just not sitting down and having these day-long recaps. We were talking about, we'll do them in the parks when we're waiting in line, or we're just waiting for a parade to start, or at a meal when the kids are occupied. And that didn't happen at all. So we were just kind of playing from behind.
Listen, I think, it's so funny because you always go into your trips with some expectations and then you're shifting, and you're going to hear a lot about shifting on this. On this series. However, I think that's every year we have shifting that happens.
And I think that's
Disney.
every vacation. No, I don't think any vacation for anyone ever has ever
seamless.
gone to plan as much as you plan that out, and as much as we are vacation planners. I think the only thing you could plan for is that your plans could get thrown away at any moment.
Any moment. Well, I hope you enjoy the episode, and we'll catch up with you afterwards.
All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our trip. We're here sitting on the balcony of our room at the Riviera.
That's right. it's the most magical room I have ever stayed in.
I mean, it's amazing. Right now, we're up on the 8th floor. We're watching, there's a lightning storm going off in the distance. And we're just sitting on the balcony. I mean, it's gorgeous.
I mean, is it like a heat lightning storm? Because there's no like rain associated with it. It's just,
I don't know.
wow, it's
This is a
incredible.
Disney podcast, not a Weather Master
I know.
podcast. I can't tell you that answer.
But listen, we caught the Epcot fireworks from our Riviera balcony
Yes.
with the lightning storm happening right to the side of it. So it's like both things were happening at the same time. And it was so crazy.
It was amazing. But we are skipping ahead a little bit, right? And we will post something to that.
That's true. We'll post something to that. I just want to make sure that I didn't mess this up at all.
Nope, you're good.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Sorry. I just had to share it because we were talking about the lightning storm. Anywho, all right. Start us off.
All right. So we'll see how far we get in this. We're not doing our typical every night just capping things off, but we're starting back to our travel day. It was somewhat it was an adventure.
It was. So usually we leave a little bit earlier in the day, but our flights
It was originally like a 1 o'clock. It was like a
changing.
1 o'clock thing, and this was like months ago. It just kept changing later. To eventually, it was like either a 12 or a 1, and it got changed to a 3.
Right. And so we get there and everything's like on time and we're like ready to go. We even like got on the plane, I believe, in kind of a
Yeah.
timely manner.
Yeah, it was a couple minutes late. I think the plane had shown up a little late, so it took a while. They had to clean it anyway. We
Right.
got on a few minutes late. Not going to be too far behind schedule. Then things just went awry.
I know. It was like we sat on the plane for a good hour and a half, 2 hours, like not really doing anything. We were pushed back, and then there was like,
Yeah,
they kept saying
we
there
were
was a
just
weather delay.
Yeah, there was a weather delay. There was something going out over. There were storms somewhere on the East Coast that were affecting everything, and they basically they were saying they shut down all southern routes.
Mhm.
So like we were waiting for like an hour and a half, and then they finally said we were going back to the gate.
Right. And so we actually deplaned.
Yeah, we went back to the gate,
And at this
deplaned.
point, it's dinner time. It's nearly 6. And so we got the kids bagels and chips
Yeah,
because
because-
there really weren't a lot of options. We knew we were going to replane.
And that airport didn't have places were running out of food because they weren't expecting people to. It doesn't have
Be
that many
hanging
flights,
around.
and that many people will still be there,
Right.
and so they were just running out of food.
Right. So there wasn't a lot of options. And then so we eventually get back on the plane and we sit there another 2 hours, right? We back out from the gate.
Yeah.
And then he says like we're delayed. And then about an hour and a half later, we go back to the gate. He's going to deplane us again. But then right as we're going back into the gate, I guess he got a call saying he could now go.
Yeah, he's saying we just got a call. We got a route. We can go. We're going. We're taking off before anybody says anything different.
Right. Yeah.
And so they finally got up in the air, and I got to give it to this crew at JetBlue. They handled it very well. They were very apologetic.
Yeah.
Like the pilot was just like, "I've never seen anything like this." He was like explaining everything way too much, talking about ATC and how they give the routes, and he had usually there's like a desk that they call that gives them the information, but they had somebody from JetBlue go over to this desk and actually go there and say what's going on. And
Right. Well, what I found like super interesting, and I haven't really experienced this before, is that the captain, he was very he was very communicative
he's very
with us.
transparent. Yeah.
But he said that they gave him a route. They told him he could go down the coast,
Yeah.
and he said it was
Said it was unsafe.
absolutely
Yeah.
unsafe, and there was no way. It was unreasonable that they gave him the go ahead, and he just wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
And I thought that was so interesting. I was like, oh, all right. And I think right there he like won my trust. I think I just
Well,
decided I wasn't going to be angry about it because
Yeah.
he clearly knew what he was doing.
I mean, look, any pilot that is in there, they already have my trust. They have a certain level of trust, but he just really reinforced it, right?
Yeah.
By saying that. So it was good. It was kind of, if you can imagine this, like we went to like, we basically went to Florida by way of Pennsylvania. It was like really weird. It was
a
really weird.
strange route.
Maybe Ohio. It looked like
Yeah.
maybe we turned
Yep.
over. So yeah, I've never seen anything. So the flight itself, which normally should take 2.5 hours, took like 3.5 hours.
Right.
On top of the delays.
All the delays. Yeah.
So, you know, I gotta give it to the kids. They handled
hung in
it.
there, sort of. I mean,
they were getting
I'm
a
gonna
little-
just throw you under the bus and
What?
say that I was the one sitting in the middle
Okay.
of the kids.
You bring this up every year. Like
and I will
like as if
always
there was any choice.
bring it on.
The kids don't want me there. They want mommy because they know that, I'm going to say no and I'm going to say get over it. And I'm going to, and so.
Anyways, they did do well. We just had to have a lot of conversations about expectations and about safety and things like that. But that's enough about
they
flights.
did keep them, they kept themselves good, and it was with the food and everything else.
Yeah.
Because and now it's late. Right?
Oh, so
we
late.
landed at it was after 12.
Right.
And I remember because Bailey couldn't get over the fact. She's like, wait a minute, it's the next day?
Yeah.
It's tomorrow? Yeah. She's like, I've never stayed up this late.
Mm-hmm.
So
it was really cute.
Yeah, it was really cute. So it took now this is just things kind of building up. Right? It's all the little things. We've had this huge 7-8 hour delay.
Right.
And then
right. And on top of it, we're just thinking gosh, we booked this room at Coronado, right? Because that was going to be our first resort. And we really wanted to experience the pool. This was our pool day.
Yeah.
Our pool evening.
We were going to get a bite to eat. We were going to hang out. We were just, expecting to enjoy the amenities of the Coronado.
So we missed all of that and got in at 1 a.m.
and we got in at 1 a.m. Now, we took we normally take ride shares from the airport, and so I decided to take a lift, and the lift just took forever. It took longer than it said to get there, and we get there, and this driver was.
She was very chatty.
She was very chatty, and she was interesting. She had a lot of things to say.
She did.
About raising children and certain. Anyway, it was parenting techniques that were
wow.
I just I was
and our kids were
laughing.
she swore. And I'm like,
yeah, she did swear. Yeah,
and that's true.
Yeah, but anyway, so that was an interesting thing. So we finally got in. It was after 1 o'clock, and so we have to just tell the kids get in, got to shower quick because you got that the airplane stank. We can't let you just go to bed in the airplane stink. And so they did that real quick and went to bed.
Yep.
Knowing that, we were going to get up we were going to a water park. We were going to Typhoon Lagoon. And so we didn't need to get there too early. It's not like you're rope dropping Typhoon Lagoon or anything.
Right.
And, so we were able to sleep in a little bit, thankfully.
Yeah, I don't think we rushed too much. I mean, we had wanted to keep within a certain time, but we weren't crazy rushing. So we grabbed a What did we do for breakfast? I can't
And we
even
grabbed it
remember.
bite to eat at the El
Oh,
Mercado.
yes. Okay, so we had the egg sandwiches,
Yeah.
which it was like mixed reviews across the board. I thought my egg sandwich was great. I mean, I
Uh,
wasn't bummed about it. And I liked that they served them with hash browns, and they were
yeah.
like thick hash browns, which are really
Yeah.
yummy. Um,
It wasn't too unreasonably priced either.
okay.
But it was, after, again, you look at it and it's like 4 people, it's like $70 for breakfast.
Yes. Yeah. Which is, that seems to
Drinks
be
and
what we say. Yeah.
and you're just trying to, sometimes it's like the simple things, like the kids just wanted like an orange juice or something. And like, we couldn't find an orange juice.
Yeah.
Like, why no one have orange juice? So that was a little, and of course the kids didn't like their hash browns. So there was a picture of me somewhere holding
He's got like
6 hash
12
browns.
hash
Yeah.
browns.
Uh,
I thought it
but
was filling. It was a good way. We took some time to walk around the property just a little bit,
yeah.
because we were checking out,
Yeah. And
which
now,
kind of bummed me out. But
and
I
Abby and
mean,
I had been there before.
Yeah.
And we did it on an AEP trip, which, you don't really have that much time to explore or do anything. You're kind of, it's very strict in the timeline. So what did you think of the Coronado for the couple hours that we actually got to see it?
Listen, I mean, in my bunch of pictures and text messages to travel specialist Nicole, I was just telling her how like romantic the property is.
Yeah.
It's just really like meant for romance, and you can see it. And I love that Spanish style. I was loving everything about it. So yeah, gorgeous room. I felt the rooms actually were like a smidge plain. They were like very
Yeah.
like clean cut.
Yeah.
But there wasn't like any special splash of Disney per se.
And that's the thing, right? Because I think I think that whole resort was built with a business in mind because it has that convention center in there.
Yes, and
that's
so it was
yeah.
bubbling. It was like popping, I should say, because there was a business
It was bubbling and
event
popping.
happen.
Bubbling,
popping.
Yeah. So there, it has conventions in there, and so that's why I think it's set up to be business oriented, even though it is it's a breathtakingly beautiful resort.
Yeah.
The surroundings and the lake and the Three Bridges bar. And, I got some time. I woke up a little early to go out and explore. And then, we did it when we got everyone else up right before we left.
Yeah.
It was, must go back and, oh, wow. Look at that lightning. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That was crazy. Definitely want to go back there again. Like we said, I'm going to ditch these kids. They're slowing us down. You know what I'm saying? We can't get things done with them there. They have needs and wants.
But yeah, I mean, so I would say it's definitely more of a romantic place to go rather than like bring your kids.
Like a family.
It's an adult resort.
And not just from people that really got to see it for like 3 hours in the light. So we did that.
So we packed up our bags, brought them to Bell's Services because we wanted to get them transferred over to our next resort, which they're so great at doing this. Yeah. And we got ourselves ready and went to Typhoon Lagoon. Now we decided to use like the bus services instead of getting a lift or anything because we wanted to experience it. And I have to say that it's seamless, but not seamless. Like easy enough. You take a bus to Disney Springs. Yeah. Once you get to Disney Springs, you have to go through security, which means they're going to look through your bags if you get pulled over and everything.
Which, of course, that's what I'm most known for. Yeah,
he never makes it through a line without getting pulled over. And so
now when I walk through, I just point say I'm going that way. I'm going that way.
And it's fine. We're used to it now. And then from there, from the security point, then you go find your bus to Typhoon Lagoon. Now it's a really short ride from Springs to Typhoon Lagoon. It's like pretty much
less than 10 minutes, I think.
really, really easy ride. It's just that you have to do that transfer and stuff, and that can take some time.
So we did time it, right? And we
Mhm.
timed it, and it took a total of, I have it somewhere on my phone, but it was about 38
Mm-hmm.
point something minutes to get there, and
eh.
that's like a lot, you know. That's a lot of
Yeah.
time.
Now, let me just interject and say the reason why we went to Typhoon Lagoon or any water park is because we did sign up for this promo that's happening this
Yeah.
summer, the Cool Kids Summer.
Yes,
This was a part of getting, when you check into your resort, the day of, you get a free pass to the water parks, everyone on your reservation. So technically, we could have gone the day before if we wanted to as well, because we're at a different resort.
We didn't actually get in the day
but
before.
We didn't really get in, yeah. So we had free admission to the park, which was great. Now, we chose Typhoon Lagoon over Blizzard Beach because we felt like Typhoon Lagoon had more to offer our age groups.
Yeah, and more family stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It had the wave pool.
Yeah.
Which I liked in theory. And I thought it had a few more family things. I think there's more kid stuff to do at Blizzard Beach.
Yeah.
I think there's more
younger
kid activities.
Mm-hmm.
But it seemed like they had the better stuff at Typhoon.
Okay, so Rob surprised us all and got us a cabana.
Yeah, we got one of the beachcomber shacks.
Yeah. Listen,
so that was kind of the splurge.
I mean, our location, it overlooked the wave pool, which was really great because I looked at all these other shacks and they weren't, they were like back in the woodsy areas that I'm just like, oh, that sucks back there. Yeah. But ours was great. It was like right in the action, or at least the seeable action, and
but it was still like isolated enough where you didn't. Right. It wasn't like there were people surrounding you.
And one of the perks of having this is that they have a cooler there where they refill it with unlimited waters and sodas all day, which was really, really wonderful to come back and just have your cold water.
Yeah. And then, of course, the kids loved it. We let them, drink whatever soda you want, but don't complain. If you're
going to belly
not complaining to us. But yeah, then they have somebody that you have an attendant that gives you, that come and greets you and gives you a phone number. And like, if you need anything, just call or text me. And we really didn't use that service at all. It was like the one, they were like Abbie said, they would come back and refill things.
Yes.
Then we did like text her at one point, like, hey, can we get some more water?
Mm-hmm.
So.
Correct. Okay. So. Yeah. I mean, for a water park, this is probably the only water park I have liked.
Okay.
I'm a one and done, but I know the kids are going to want to go back, and I will for them.
Yeah. Just mommy might be staying in the cabana.
Yeah, there were things there that I really liked. I loved going on these rides that none of us have ever experienced before.
Yeah.
I thought that was really, really cool because everybody's looking at my face to kind of like see how they can react. And so it was like kind of funny. Everybody was like, oh, mommy's scared. Like, I mean, I went on a couple of rides, with Heidi. Well, one in particular where it was just the two of us, and then Bailey and Rob went on the other ride. Oh. And so the whole time up this ride, Heidi's just like, it's okay. You're going to be okay. You're going to be all right. And I'm just like, what a weird role reversal. And she's like hugging me and like holding my head. And I'm just like, okay. Because if you don't know this yet, I am terrified of water rides and water in general.
Yeah, Abbie is notoriously known for being anti-water. She's written...
Because I'm anti-fun.
She's written books on it, though she's pro-dry. So she did it. We did a couple of rides. We did the family raft rides, which I think the first one, I keep forgetting the name of it, Gravity Falls, I think.
Okay.
Or is that Keyhole Falls? I can't remember. There's one, it's very short, right? It's like fun. It was like easy to get up. It was fun. That's the one thing that I did like about it was there was no long wait times anywhere.
Oh yeah,
I don't know
no,
because we
nothing
didn't
was
really
on.
try the big slide.
Gusher.
No, the Kukabunga, Cowbunga or something, whatever the one that's up where Typhoon Tilly is.
Yeah.
We did not do that one.
Right.
We didn't do any of the body slides. It was all just raft stuff.
Listen, we don't want to die.
Yeah, so we did like the Misadventure Falls.
Yeah.
We all kind of like that family raft
I
ride.
love that. Yeah.
And then we did Crush and Gusher.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Which is the one that's where you go 2 and 2 in a tube. And that one's very similar for anyone that's been on the Disney Cruise Line to the name of it is escaping, but the big slide that they have up there, where it kind of pushes you up a hill.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Sorry,
I
lost
got
Abbie to the
sidetracked.
lightning.
Yeah, the lightning. And I was noticing that the Skyliners were kind of slowing on down. I don't know if they're gonna.
It's I'm a little. I guess I'm not sure why they're still.
Right.
Like, how late do they
I'm
run?
perplexed because not the lateness of it. It's 10:23.
But the lightning.
The lightning, because yesterday they said at Typhoon Lagoon, they were like, within 6 miles, we won't do anything.
Yeah.
So I wonder what the rule is.
A lot of this
for
lightning
this.
I don't see going to the ground. It just seems to be up in the
Right. That's why I'm like, it seems more like a heat storm.
Oh boy, here she goes again.
Anyways,
Meteorologist.
all right. Onwards. So.
We did Crush and Gusher. That one was a little intense. Kids didn't really seem to like that one that much.
Yeah.
So we kind of only did that once. We did the wave pool. Wave pool is crazy.
I did it twice. So I did it the first time while Rob was getting settled in the cabana and getting some things, and we stayed up near like the wall when we went in, and I wouldn't allow anybody to go in more than 3 feet, and they kept like trying to like say, and I was like, no. And so that time was like okay, like I was able to jump with the wave and everything, and it was good. The kids loved it. Now when we went in the second time with Rob, like we went more in the center, and I couldn't even keep. I got like totally, I don't know, swept up by the wave and just like gone. I was like gone. I was like underneath. I was like gone. And like anybody listening to this is probably like giggling of laughter because like I'm not like a water person, and it's probably the tiniest wave in comparison to like real water.
It was big wave. It was pushing
like,
everything. And that's the scariest thing is the people behind you.
I went under.
The people, going
tumbled.
Under. Yes, tumbling. Like, but it's also you're worried about the people who's behind you. Because you're worried about them like surfing like into you.
Yeah,
like,
into you. Like I can't believe
because you're
that
not moving.
More people don't get significantly injured.
Look, they're
like,
dangerous.
What kind of insurance policy does this water park have?
That's why Action Park closed down because of the wave pool.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not surprised, anyways, I don't know.
And then you see like a Band-Aid flow by us. Me and Heidi, we stayed in. Bailey and Abbie kind of stepped out, and then we did a few more, and it just certain things, and
right.
I think the hit of the day though was the lazy river.
Yeah, we really enjoyed that. It was good. It got really crowded at one point, and then like later on in the day, it kind of like thinned out a bit.
When it's crowded, it kind of it kind of stinks a little bit because you're just like
bumping into people you don't know.
Yeah, all these strangers are all just there, and you're like listening to their family's conversations.
Yeah,
and they're trying to talk, and you're just like, I don't know, I just want to float here and hang with my family. But that's what happens when you're surrounded by a lot of people.
Yep.
But we did it a few times, and then we were always like, can we just take the lazy river instead of walking to these places? We'll just pick it up and go till we get there. And so we did do that. We did get the ice cream pail sundae.
What did you think of it?
I liked it. I thought it was very good.
Too. I love like the classicness of it. Like it had M&Ms on top. Like that's classic. That's cool.
It was vanilla chocolate ice cream. It had some vanilla cake at the bottom of it, which kind of
good. I thought it was good, but it was like by that point when you get to the bottom, I'm like, I'm done. This is too heavy.
Of course, if I was an actual good podcaster, I'd have all this information up in front of me, but I don't. We didn't pull out any laptops. It's late. We're just talking here to catch up. But yeah, ice cream pail sundae, 10 out of 10 would get again.
Yeah, absolutely.
The kids all enjoyed it.
Yeah.
The one other thing was we had the Disney dining plan.
Yes.
Which, that's the reason why we're kind of here. We wanted to check that out. So we did use our first quick service credits at Typhoon Lagoon. Now, the Typhoon Lagoon only has 2 mobile ordering options, and you can get your quick service at other places that don't mobile order, but it just didn't. Those places, we didn't feel like walking around and just looking at menus and going to get stuff, so we just wanted to order something that was close and near. So we basically all ended up just getting chicken fingers.
We did.
And fries.
Yep.
And a couple of adult beverages, but it worked seamlessly in the app. I got to say, it was very easy to use, and it was forward, and it was this is included in your dining plan. This is included. Do we get alcohol? I think so. And then I chose it. It was this is included in it. So it all worked very well. Being what it was, and my first experience with the dining plan was good.
Yeah, fine.
Again, I wish we had a little bit more time to go and experience the other. They had a cool bar that was shark themed and diving themed, and they had other places and more food and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
we didn't really get a chance to check it out.
Right, and all I keep hearing is about how good the food is there, and sure, our food was fine and good, but it wasn't anything that was different. So. I mean, maybe you can't do everything in one day at Typhoon Lagoon. You might need a day and a half or so to kind of experience a little bit more of the park. Now, everything was fine and great until what,
So it was
5
about. So
p.m.?
It closes at 7. It was closing at 7. We wanted to leave at 6. We were let's do one more ride and then we're gonna go. And this was at 5:15. We finished the ice cream pail sundae, head back to the shack to drop the sundae off, and then we head back to Misadventure Falls. As we're getting in line, the ride shuts down and the speaker comes on. This is, we, due to weather, we are shutting down all the rides. Please, go, find cover, and we'll let you know when the storm is past and it's safe to go back to the pools. So we did that, and we were well, we'll hang it out here.
Yeah.
Maybe it's, it's Florida and in the summer. It's only going to last for 15 minutes or so. And it did not. It was kept going.
And we're trying to tell our scared kid that everything's fine, it's passing by, and she's I'm scared of lightning. Oh my God, guys. This lightning was right on top of us, and I mean, not safe.
If you look
at
all. If you go back and look at a map of that day, there was lightning strikes above us, right next to us,
and we're just flat out lying. We're the safest you could safely be.
I think it is safe. They do have lightning rods on top of the shacks, and that would, deter any lightning from getting to you, and you wouldn't, it just. I don't want to get into the science of it. Look, this isn't the science hour with Abbie and Rob, so I don't want to get into it.
Yeah, we're not good at science.
So we're trying to comfort her, and then the weather app keeps telling us, "Oh, something's gonna end in 16 minutes, 5 minutes," and I go back to check, and it's 22 minutes. What the heck is going on here?
Right.
So at this point, everybody had left.
The park was dead at this point.
The park.
It's just us sitting in our shack.
Yeah, and then even it gets so serious that they actually told the employees, because our attendant came out and gave us waters while it was still raining. The rides were shut down, but then there was another message that came out and it told the employees to kind of shelter in a bunker.
Yeah,
you can't go out anymore. So now it's getting to the point where it's almost 7 o'clock, It's
I
like
know, and we're
it's
like,
like
and
6:30, and
by the way, we have a pending reservation
yeah.
at
So we had a
8:20.
reservation at Topolino's. We hadn't checked into our room yet. We're like,
And our app is making weird nonsense and not letting us check into our
yeah,
Riviera
we were
room.
getting something really weird. Is because we did this like 1 day split stay, and like it couldn't get rid of the Coronado.
Yes, as being the resort we were staying
Yeah, we were
at.
staying at. So just like you would check in, and then it would just bring you right to you're checked out of Coronado. Like I know I'm checked out of Coronado. So we couldn't check in. It's like 6:30. We're like, all right, it died down enough. Like the scared
Oh no,
child.
it's still recording. I had a moment there. Anyways,
I've been looking every couple minutes. The scared child, like she calmed down enough. She like found her courage again. So we were able to get her. Like, well, let's go. We gotta go.
yeah.
We originally were gonna take a lift home because we didn't want to do the bus thing again. But there was no way a lift. Like
We're like sopping wet.
So we made a run for it, and we were pretty far away from the entrance. So we were soaked by the time we got to the front of the park. And so luckily enough, we found a bus going back to Disney Springs. You have to do that whole thing again.
Right. So even back from Typhoon Lagoon, you have to go through the
back to Disney
again.
Springs, go through security, then
and
find
then
your bus to your And like, of course, I see our bus as we're getting dropped off Disney Springs. Of course, I get pulled into security, which is like taking time, and
it's still raining, so we're all still standing in the rain.
I appreciate the security guards and everything, but this security guard was like talking to everyone, and like talking to his coworkers. I'm like, dude, come on, I'm trying to get that bus. Of course, like the bus pulls away, not moments before we got there, but by the time we got around, if anyone here has been to Disney Springs, it has that like kind of U shape. By the time we got around to it, it was gone, and
it took probably another 20.
Yeah, we were there like 20-something minutes
for another bus
just because Riviera is not that far, and
I
don't know what happened, and then it was just like all these things piling up. It's like, of course, the driver comes back, and it was the end of his shift, so he had to bring a new guy in that then has to check the bus before he signs off on it.
Right.
And all, it was all these
and
things.
Meanwhile, I'm on the app trying to talk. I'm talking to guest services on the app about like, hey, why isn't it letting me check into my resort? And she's like, well, everything looks good on my end. And I'm like, cool, but I don't have like a room number. I don't have anything. Like, what's going on? And she's like, I don't know. You got to check in at the front desk. And I was like, but that's what I was trying to avoid.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying.
And she's like, have you tried deleting your app and I don't know, whatever.
Like, that's a total, did you reboot?
Yeah, and I'm like,
that's just like
I was
an
like,
ID
I don't
thing.
know, deleting the app.
It didn't make any sense because the same thing was happening to me, and so that didn't make any sense.
I did it though. I wanted to do it.
It still didn't work.
Nope.
Of course. So the person, I understand that the guest services,
they're just trying their best.
They're trying their best, and they're doing what they can, but that wasn't helpful.
Yeah, no. So it's now it's like 7:40 by the time I think we get into the resort.
It was like 7:30, something like that. Now it's going. Yeah. So we had to do a split up. I was going to Bell Services to get our bags to get them up there.
Right.
And Abbie was going to check in through the check-in process.
Right. And so I go to check in, and bless this kid's heart. Like, I know he's here on the college program, and here I come being like, why is this not seamless?
This is a cast member.
Yes.
That you first walk in, there's usually one that's like waiting at the door for people to check in. And this was the kid. This is the
poor kid. I mean, and his fly is down, and he is just like not prepared for me.
Lots of nervous energy, and it's not like Abbie's like an imposing person, but
I'm like shorter than everybody. Let's just start with that. So I'm not super.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm just like trying to explain to him. First of all, he was just like. Kept being like, well, let's sit down and talk about this. And I'm like, no. I don't want to sit down. I just want to check in to my resort. And he's like, well, this is going to take some time because nothing's filled into this reservation. I was like, no. that can't be
Yeah,
true. I was
yeah.
like, the whole reservation's prepaid for. Like, all my stuff's in my app. I have an app. Like, what?
Yeah.
So, and he's like on his iPad, and he's like, well, let's just sit down. And I was like, brother. And so I sit down with him,
Yeah.
and I'm pretty much just like, let me take your app. Like he has his
Yeah.
iPad, and he's like, well, really, I'm supposed to enter it. And I was like, but wouldn't it be a lot quicker if I did? And the poor kid's like, yes, and just gives me his iPad.
Oh boy.
I'm just like, okay. And so
Pushy
it's
Abby.
true.
Look,
I'm not like pushy. I'm just like, he was so nervous.
If you get her to the point where she's gonna miss something, she could possibly be late to it.
I'm not okay with lateness. You just ask my kids how I feel about lateness. They'll give you a lecture. Okay.
Yeah, so there was a lot of back and forth. They couldn't figure that out, right?
They couldn't figure out why anything wasn't working. Like, he could see that I had paid for everything and that it was like in there, but nothing was linking anywhere. Like, the kids' names weren't in there, Rob's name wasn't in there, and like all of that's like really, really bizarre. So, yeah.
Yeah, they couldn't even see like the dining plan that was on there. So they were like, there's no dining plan, but we had just used the dining plan. Like, we know it's there.
Right. And now I'm like paranoid that nothing's going to work at all.
Yeah.
So
anyway, I had arranged to get the bags brought upstairs. So I left up there to go get them to meet the bellhop because, I was trying to work with Abbie and get in touch with Topolino's and tell them, hey, we're not going to make our 8:20 appointment because we still have to shower. We're all drenched. We all have to shower. We're waiting for our clothes to get upstairs.
Yeah.
And we have to figure out this whole thing. So it was just really stressful. And so Abbie took like the brunt of that. And that kind of shows you, even though we're travel agents and
right, like this was completely out of our control. Like there was absolutely nothing we could have done about any of that. The weather, the bus lateness, and I know that we know that you need to give yourself these big balloon hours in between everything for transportation. But it was just that the weather had delayed us for sure. Otherwise, we would have I would have
just taken a lift.
Been better.
It would have taken 20 minutes, to get home, and it been good. But
that being said, you should know that even if you have like dining reservations, they do have some really big grace periods around them. Not big, but about 20 minutes.
Yeah, 15 to 20 minutes.
Because things happen, right?
They did also,
they don't want you to be completely upset. No, okay. So
and they did also try to call up there. They tried to contact Topolino's to tell them that, what happened and that we were going to be late. So we rushed. Everybody showered. Where we get up to Topolino's. My first time being there. Very nice place on the top of this, gorgeous resort that we're at. And it was a really good time. It's
a beautiful, beautiful restaurant. I do have some takeaways. So we did it so we could see the fireworks. So it's a late dinner. This was our second time. We didn't even use the dining plan, but it was kind of like this is our first trip where one of our kiddos is now 10, and so she's considered an adult when eating out at the restaurants and when eating somewhere at Topolino's that has a very small menu and things that are not so common for kids to eat. This was a big struggle. So what they ended up doing is allowing her to get something off the kids' menu, but charging the adult price, which is not really fair.
And so, not at all. And so, of course, the three options are grilled chicken.
Can it hear you?
What?
Oh,
yes, sorry. It can hear me.
Okay.
It's grilled chicken, grilled steak, and pasta.
Right.
Of course, she says she wants the grilled steak.
And
so,
I know. Rob's having like a panic attack already, just like re-talking about it.
Like our 10-year-old's getting a $62 steak.
Right.
Like, God damn it. Like what? Like, all right, let's do it. Oh my gosh.
Because like, what do you want to say at that point? Like, I don't know. And so, We
There's
did
really
it.
nothing. Yeah, there's nothing you could do. One thing about Topolino's that I saw was it was like not packed.
No.
Again, it's a Monday night. You know, a lot of people are eating out, hotel guests, whatever, in the parks. And if the main purpose, if what you guys didn't know is at 9 o'clock, Topolino's has a patio outside on top of the roof of the Riviera, and they bring people outside and you can see the fireworks, get a pretty good view of them. You can't see the barge or anything, so you can just see the tops of them. But they pipe in the music so you can hear everything that's being played at Epcot,
Right. And
which
it's
is nice.
lovely and magical, but I'm also going to tell you tonight's fireworks from our balcony was also magical.
I know. Well, it's because of the lightning we're getting as well. But no, it was, and it's a lot. It's basically about the same thing. You can kind of hear the music. Music
Yeah,
isn't.
I know.
I'll
You
say
can
it right
feel
now.
the music in your heart.
I'll say it right now. I didn't because I'm not a big fan of Lumina's
Yeah.
Symphony of Us.
I know. It's just not, it doesn't touch me like the other fireworks I've touched in the last. Anyways, so would I recommend Topolino's with a family of four, typical 2 kids? I would not.
No.
I would not recommend it. It felt like what I liked about our experience, is that the kids knew they were going to a fancy restaurant and they were like trying out their manners and things like that. So we were really expanding their experience, like their life experience, right? We don't take them out to these fancy restaurants at home. Like, that's just not what we do.
Right.
So this is a core memory for them. And they're going to remember going to a fancy restaurant. But I would not do it
Yeah.
again. I didn't think the experience was worth it.
On top of that, we had a late night, obviously the night before. We had a long day. We wanted to get home and go to sleep. The dinner came out like late, and then it took a long time, and now it's like 10. It's like almost 10 o'clock, and like we want to go, and we're still waiting for like our check. And anyway, that wasn't their fault. The stuff like that happens with customer service. So we get the kids home to get to sleep the next day. Now, we are not going to go into that. We have more stories to tell.
Yes.
That brings us to today, where we're talking about right now. You're going to hear about that at a later time. We're both exhausted. We have Magic Kingdom Day ahead of us.
We do. But we just wanted to check in with you because we like telling you all our stories. So all in all, Typhoon Lagoon, I thought it was great, but I'm not a water park person, but this is probably the best water park you could go to.
I'm going to say, no matter what, big tip, get your water shoes.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Now, the people waiting in the lines that didn't have water shoes were just like hurting.
Yeah,
their feet were hurting.
Get water shoes.
And remember, they can't have buckles or strings or anything. They just need to be like.
I'll tell you, it wasn't too bad. I didn't get them pre whatever, and I had to walk somewhere barefoot the first time because I thought I was rough feet. I didn't have rough feet. They started hurting.
Like right away.
I was like, I gotta go back and get water shoes. And they weren't too bad at the gift shop.
Listen, I told one of my kids that if she wouldn't stop complaining about the water shoes, I was going to glue them to her feet, which is totally like a throwback to something one of my parents would have said. But it was just like, I was just at that point where I was like, you don't understand. Like, I'm saving your little cute feet and toes from getting hurt. Like, stop asking.
Anyway, so that's the Typhoon Lagoon. Get your water shoes. It's worth it.
Lots of sunblock.
Coronado Riviera, worth it so far.
Yeah.
We'll talk more about Riviera coming up.
Right. Do we have a new top favorite resort?
We'll see.
We'll see.
But thanks for joining us on this first day. We'll give you a little outro out the future Rob and Abbie.
Hey, future Robin.
Yeah, hey, I hope you had a good time at the parks. I don't know, you'll tell us. But anyway, thanks for listening, guys, and see you soon.
See you soon.
And we're back. Now, was that a day?
Or
day and a
two.
half. 2 days, day and a
Yeah.
half.
But I do
Kinda.
wish we were back on that balcony 100%. That's my happy place.
Back in the Riviera.
Yes.
Yes. But what about the days before the
The
Riviera?
Coronado is super romantic, super sweet, but they didn't have balconies.
No
And I think
balconies.
that's like I mean, the Coronado was gorgeous, would love to go back. But yeah, there's no like private exterior place for you and your partner to hang in the heat
It's
of the
true.
world of Disney. I don't know. That does it for me. I like it. I don't
Yeah.
like being stuck just in a little room the whole
You know,
time.
I guess that was just in the Grandestino Tower where the bungalows did they have, but that's not like you don't get the nice high view,
Yeah.
of it. You're just seeing the tower.
True. Yeah.
So either way, I guess that is something
Yep.
to.
You got to just think about that and consider it. I mean, I was looking at all these bounce back offers that are getting into my email right now with the 35% off. And I'm like, does it have a balcony? That's like my, that seems to be my hold up or
is the balcony
is the balcony at this point.
So I have to tell Disney that I just have to tell Disney to let you know that they've removed all of the balconies so that
that we don't go there anymore.
Not that we don't go there anymore, but just maybe they've banned balconies until maybe January or February.
I don't think I like that.
A little bit of time to recover here.
Oh boy, okay,
yeah.
So I mean, listen, the flight was a bit of a chaotic mess. I have traveled a ton in my life, and so I've had some chaotic, messy flights before, but our kids never have, and they have traveled quite a bit in their lives. So this was like really kind of the first time where we had to like explain like that, yeah, these things happen all the time and we have to like readjust our expectations, and that's why you have a travel day. Now it's so funny because on this particular trip, one of our travel specialists was texting our group and saying like, how risky is it for a client going out of Port Canaveral on a cruise to book their flight the same day as the cruise leaves? And I was like, oh my God, it's like 110% risky. Like, don't do that. Always add into your budget a night to stay at a hotel, and it doesn't have to be anything fancy, right? You're spending your money on the cruise.
Yeah, you could stay off property. You don't have to be on a Disney property.
Make sure that you're getting in the night before, especially on a cruise or before your park tickets start or anything like that. And we actually went in 2 days before our park tickets started because we did want to take advantage of Typhoon Lagoon. So we did pad in that timing. We were really sad that we didn't get to hang at the Coronado longer. But as I don't know, I'm sorry, the flight did give out free booze. I don't know how I felt about that. I mean, I guess it was fine, but it didn't really make me feel any better. How about you?
What, the booze didn't make you feel any better?
The booze didn't make me feel better.
I mean, no. Yeah, I was just thinking about how we were going to get those kids to bed, like knowing as late as it was. And like everyone's just like dreams of swimming were dashed in an instant in one, pullback.
And it like lasted the whole trip, right? Because our plan was to swim the first day, and at some other point in the trip we weren't really sure.
Yeah.
And it, we didn't get a whole lot of swimming in, which
but
is
I
kind
got
of
some
a bummer
swimming
for
in.
them.
I got some swimming. We did some swimming. We did some
day.
lagooning.
Yeah, the Typhoon Lagoon. I meant at the resorts. Of course, we had a whole day of swimming for sure.
So one of the things that I found out after the fact, and I mentioned this and what you just heard, was that I thought we were getting refillable mugs from Typhoon Lagoon to fill up the beer, like fill up their soda with, right? As opposed to them getting, that was part of the cabana that I saw when I was doing my research, is that you got refillable mugs. So that when they open, right, when Typhoon Lagoon it closed like it normally does in the spring.
Yes.
And then it reopened and later in the spring in May 1st.
Right.
It reopened and it had closed all of their the soda machines. Yeah, the soda machines.
That's weird.
So they stopped selling the mugs.
Huh.
Maybe because they knew they were like, well, we got to make some money here. So
Right. That wasn't
individual
profitable for them.
sodas is a lot. And then it was, being that we did have the cabana, we were still getting canned soda, which I thought was kind of weird, right? Because
Yeah.
especially as like conscious of, eco-friendly they are. And I'm sure, recycling obviously, but so they had they just kind of boarded up all of those machines. So you no longer saw them.
So interesting.
Yeah. So they
Okay.
did that. Now, one thing that's still refillable are souvenir beer mugs.
Mm-hmm.
So part of our dining plan was that I got a refill. I got a souvenir. I got a beer with our meal plan.
Mm-hmm.
And it was in one of the souvenir mugs. And so those mugs cost $13.25 for a domestic beer, and you can refill it for $8
Okay.
if you want to. So I mean, it's better than paying for it again.
Okay.
So you can get
Got
a
it.
refill, but only if you're over the age of 21
Yeah.
and you're throwing back beers on a hot sunny day.
I know. And it's so funny. Like even at one of the checkout lines, one of the ladies is like kind of expressing like, you guys are crazy to drink anything other than water on days like these. It's so hot.
Yeah.
You get a headache and blah, blah, blah. And I appreciated what she was saying for sure. And we definitely made sure we were hydrated with anything.
Mhm.
But I was also like, lady, I'm on vacation. Anyways.
Exactly. Abbie's on vacation.
Anywho, I mean, back to the JetBlue flights. I
Oh.
wasn't quite done. We stepped away from traveling with JetBlue, right? Because we had such a disastrous time with them when we were flying back from New Orleans, and they're not as family friendly as they claim to be. We had so many issues on top of issues, and then like ended up having to pay like double what our flights were and whatnot. So we really haven't had a seamless time except for when it was just the two of us. Now, I feel like JetBlue, and especially this time, and especially the way the captain sounded on both flights, and it wasn't the same captain, I don't believe, but he just, it was so noticeable that JetBlue is just like an overly used airline at this time. And I mean, my seats were like broken. My screen was broken. My, I could feel the knees in my butt the whole time from the person behind me. It's kind of like the classiness of it has like totally gone downhill.
See, that's why I don't really see. I always thought of JetBlue as they were like the startup, right? They kind of came up from nowhere, and they're like, we're gonna give you, blue chips, and we have the whole thing with the most leg room in coach.
Yep,
it's still true.
Yeah.
But yes, I think it's now they are just like one of the big airlines, and so it's just kind of and yeah, I get
in not a good way. It's still like cheap, even though it's big. Like
what you said about the pilot. Yes, both pilots sounded like they were very cavalier, and they were just like, we're gonna not listen to them.
Yeah, right. And like one of them was like, even like how it is if you travel these days.
Yeah.
Like really? Okay.
I mean, I guess right. That's kind of one of the pitfalls.
Yeah.
Of air travel. But yeah, I know JetBlue. I think you still like it because you do get. I think the Wi-Fi is big.
Yep. Yeah. So thank goodness for Wi-Fi again, and that everything was working properly on my devices. Because I don't know if you remember our last JetBlue flight. Same thing. Like my screen was broken. I couldn't get it back up. Like
yeah. But the Wi-Fi is not fast enough that you could stream something.
Right.
But yeah, so that's where it is. Now we're kind of going fact for fact. Yeah, so one more. I'm talking Typhoon Lagoon. We did mention the wave pool and the kind of the pitfalls that we had there, right? Where it was the highs and lows of it. Do you know that that's like one of the largest wave pools in North America? It holds 3 million gallons of water.
Goodness.
And it says it generates 6-foot waves every 90 seconds. Now there was definitely times where there weren't waves, right? It was like long stretches where there weren't waves, and then all of a sudden the waves would come. So
yeah.
I don't know, what that meant, or I couldn't find like how long in between those sets of waves they were. But I mean, the waves were big and they were large, and it's one of the first like man-made wave pools, or pools with man-made waves in North America.
Yep. I mean, it's
Yeah.
gigantic, and I was just trying to quickly look up to see like how many injuries happened. I think I discussed this on the
Oh.
podcast before. Like there was just so like that
Yeah.
wave took me down,
Yeah.
and I consider myself pretty strong, but like no.
And I think Heidi did like got a little skin knee from it.
Yeah.
I think that last wave we took, she got a little one. So I mean, those are gonna happen.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
wave pools were part of Action Park, and
So-
we got closed down in New Jersey, and you could see that documentary on Netflix.
As you can tell, I still am not a big water park person, but if I go to a water park, this would be the one I'd go to. It was relatively clean and tidy. It
Yeah.
was easy going. The wait times were not long.
No.
And there was always something to do. So,
Yeah. No, it was good, and I think it filled our day.
yeah.
Our day was filled. I think I'd spend more time in the lazy river next time.
Yeah. I like the lazy river. There were points in which it was like too full for me.
I know.
And I felt like I was like just bumping into people. And it wasn't just bumping into people, it was bumping into people that had like no clothing on, like, just like their shorts and stuff and bathing suits. And you're just like, why am I touching someone's skin? No. Like, not my thing. Not my thing. Anyway.
Interesting.
All right. Well, I mean,
Any other airline facts?
no other airline
We got
facts.
nothing. All right, so that's
Nada.
it. So that was our day one. Tune in next week for our first park day, our day 2 of our trip, kind of day 3. But yeah, we're gonna be kicking it off with some park hopping.
Park hopping. All right. See you next week, Pollinators.
This has been a Family Travel Planner production.